Hi there everybody and welcome. It's Jackie here from stampinjack.com and it is Wednesday the 23rd of December. So it's time for this week's live. I hope you're all well. When you arrive, leave me a comment below so I know you're here. I'm just going to check my setup, so bear with me 1 second. Make sure I'm in the right place. Okay. Let's hope, fingers crossed, we've got a good internet connection tonight. I've got some fun projects in mind for you. I hope you're all well, wherever you are. And that the recent government announcements about restrictions haven't affected you too badly. Hi Kat, hi Amy, hi Lynn. Good to see you all here. Hi Diane, welcome. When you drop in, let me know what tier you're in if you're joining from the UK. Hi Sue, how are you? I know that some of the tiers were at the tier 4 was extended today, so have any of you found yourselves, I know a lot of you will be in tier 4 already, but have any of you found yourselves likely to be in tier 4 from Boxing Day? Right, let's see. Just trying to find myself. There I am. Sue is in tier 3. That's not too bad, Sue. Hi Paulette, welcome from Canada. Good to have you. Tier 4, Amy, yeah. 2 at the moment, but 4 on Boxing Day. That's not too bad, Kat. But yeah, 4 is going to be tough on everybody, I think. I guess that just means there'll be a lot more time at home. Not that we haven't had much, or you haven't had much this year. I'm a bit insulated from it where we are. So, although I can't remember what day we're on now, so we're in self-isolation at the moment, so the days are kind of run into one another, losing track of days and dates and everything. I've just realised that tomorrow is New Year's Eve, or not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. So yeah, more crafting, exactly, Kat, exactly. So on that note, obviously over the next few weeks, things are going to be likely to be a little bit up in the air here, because we're hoping to move into our new place in January, sometime in January, but I don't know when. So obviously once that happens, I'll have to pack everything up. I'm not sure when I'll get back online. So I'm going to try and just wing it a little bit over the next few weeks, join you, just come on live when I can, see what we can do. And I also want to try and schedule something in for a new catalogue launch party. Because I know if I don't do it in early January, it could be sort of mid-February by the time I get round to it, and that's kind of a little bit late. So just leave that one with me for the minute. But yes, I thought it might be nice, maybe sort of next week between Christmas and New Year, we might have a mystery stamping Zoom type thing. Let me know if you're up for that. So we're in our current place till the end of January, but that can be extended if we need to. So it's pretty flexible. No staying home for you, Sue. Oh dear. Well, you just have to watch us in the evenings. I'm not sure. I think we've all gotten a lot of crafting in this year. Well, I know you guys have. I've been busy working. So anyway. So yeah, if you're up for mystery crafting, I'll do a post and you can let me know, and I'll see if I can get Zoom set up. I've been having some problems with it recently where I can have audio but not video, or the other way around, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, a couple of things before we get started. One is, don't forget that our year-end closeout is still going on. So anything that's currently in the Christmas catalogue finishes on, just trying to tell you now, it finishes on the 4th of January. Now I know that because of the recent shenanigans with border restrictions and all of that, deliveries are a little bit uncertain at the moment. But if there's stuff from the autumn winter catalogue that you wanted to get, you need to order that before the 4th of January. I know a lot of the stuff that's retiring has already gone. It's out of stock. I had a quick look on there today, and a lot of it's already gone. As I said, I will be posting out the catalogues to you at some point in January, but as soon as the 4th of January comes, I will be sending out a PDF, and I'll be posting a PDF of it on here so that you can at least see it online. Sue, your order's gone AWOL. Ooh, that's not good. Hope you've been in touch with demonstrator support. They're usually quite good with this sort of stuff. Being on the island, my stuff takes, I don't know. It used to, when I was in the UK, it used to take like 3 or 4 days to arrive most of the time, but here it could take up to 2 weeks. What tends to happen is it leaves Stampin' Up and then the tracking just doesn't seem to register Isle of Man. It gets depressed and then sort of sits there for a week and a half and then miraculously just shows up one day. So, but I guess that's just an island thing. So the other thing is I've been really enjoying all the swap cards that have been showing up on the VIP group. So thank you for all of those and for joining in. So I just wanted to share a couple of cards that I had received. So Sue, this is Susan Freegrove. Thank you very much for this one. I really enjoy this. I love the color combination of the white and the green and the and the crumb cake, or is that craft, and then the stenciling on the background. It's just so fresh. It's just lovely. It's gorgeous. It just really works. And then I posted this one from Anne. I had to make a video of this one because it's just so fantastic. Look at this for a fold. Isn't that gorgeous? And the evergreen embossing folder, that's been proving very popular. So I think I'm going to have to case this one. Not tonight because I haven't had time to fiddle about and figure it out, but I will do. So watch out for this one. And then I've just gotten some other Christmas cards. So Prissy sent me this one, which I think is gorgeous. I love the star and the colour combination of the silver and the navy. Really good. Hi Doreen, welcome. This is from my niece Terry, and I remember this little guy. It was a gingerbread man punch, but you also had this cute little Eskimo. He's gorgeous, and then the softly falling embossing folder. So that's lovely. So if you're watching, Terry, thank you. And then this is from Jules. I love this. It's sort of really vintagey, Victorian inspired card. It's absolutely gorgeous. So thank you very much for that, Jules. Thank you so much. So there we go. It's always nice having happy mail. So I shall be doing another swap in January. So I shall post the details of that in a little while. I think probably the theme for January is going to be thank you, because I'm sure that we'll all have lots of thank you cards to catch up on after all the lovely Christmas presents. So I hope everybody is safe where they are, that you're all well, that you're all prepared for Christmas, and that you're looking forward to it in whatever way you can mark it or celebrate it, or whatever you have to do. I know it's not going to be the same as it always is. It's going to be just quite different. But I think the main thing is just as long as everybody is safe, that's really what it's all about, isn't it? So with no further ado, let's get on with some crafting, shall we? So I had a bit of a quandary about what to do for today's projects, because it's kind of a bit late for Christmas really. If you haven't done your Christmas cards yet, then they're probably going to be destined for next year, aren't they? And I don't normally do New Year's cards, but I thought with 2020 being the year that it has been, I think it's probably quite important to mark the passage from this year to next. There's lots going on, not just from the coronavirus point of view, but Brexit and everything else that's going on. So I thought I'm going to make some New Year's cards for us tonight. So obviously I've done them for that purpose, but you can adapt them, the techniques and the layouts and the colour schemes or whatever it is, for other projects. It doesn't have to be New Year's. And in fact, I don't have any Happy New Year sentiments, so I've had to get a little bit creative. And my best friend for this has been my playful alphabet dies, because I've been able to make up my years and my sentiments a little bit as well. So I'll be playing with that in a lot of them. And I've got a fun fold for you also. I hope it works. We'll save that till the end. So let's start. some of my projects are using a couple of new products as well that are coming in January. So we've got a bit of a mix for you, which I hope you enjoy. So the first one I'm going to do is using the Zany Zebras, and I know, Kat, you enjoy this one. So this is an idea I saw on Pinterest, so I must find out who did it. She used a different stamp set, but I love the idea. So I'm going to use some bright colours for this. So I've got a Bermuda Bay card base, and that's cut in half the long way. And then I have a layer of black, and then I have a layer of white. And then this is a new product. So this is one of the pack of ombre papers. Is one of our celebration items. So this is Bermuda Bay and some little circles. There we have it. And then I have die cut 2020 using my silver foil. Okay, and I have stamped and already fussy cut for you this cute little zebra. I know we all love this guy. So this is a really, really simple one. So let's get started. Let's grab my glue. Oh, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some stamping at the top here. So I'm just going to go out and do that first. So the other thing I'm going to use is, this is a new stamp set in the Spring Summer catalogue. This is actually associated with a kit, but obviously it comes separate. So I love these big sentiments. So what I've done today is I've taken this sentiment here, and I have chopped my stamp in half because I just want the hip hip hooray. And in fact, if you wait there 1 second, I want to show you something. Grab it. So it was my son Rupert's birthday last week, and we didn't have any birthday napkins for his cake, so I made some napkins using this stamp set. So we've got the hip hip hooray, 3 cheers, the happy birthday, and the little stars. So that's just a cute quick project. So just plain white napkin stamped. I know I've shown you that before. I'm probably going to do something similar for Christmas Day as well, because I don't have Christmas napkins. I didn't see the point in buying a whole pack of Christmas napkins when it's just the 3 of us for one day. So I thought I can make my own. So that's what we're going to do. So let's grab the hip hip hooray. I'm just going to stamp it onto the paper using some black stays on. Okay. So yeah, he's 13 now. He's officially a teenager. Okay, so let's just ink that up nicely. And let's see if I can get this straight. Okay. Here we go. Give it a good press. And there we are. Hip hip hooray. Okay, 2020 is over, is what this card is saying. Okay, so let's just glue our layers together. Okay, so we can... I'll pass on your birthday wishes to him. There we go, so that's our layer of Whisper White. And then we've got our layer of Basic Black. Try and line that up straight. My eyes are a bit wonky today, don't know why. And then our front bit. Okay, and now our zebra I'm going to pop up. I'm going to put a mini dimensional here. Okay, and then we're going to line these up. Ooh, there's my other two. There it is. So these are die cut from the Playful Alphabet stamp set. And what we're going to do is our little zebra is going to be kicking 2020 out. So I'm just going to position that there. Okay. Like so. Just put a tiny little bit of glue on here. See if I can get this straight and lined up. Ooh. I'm going to have glue on my fingers for the rest of tonight's session now. Okay, and then our 0 for 2020 is out of here. Whoop. So there we go. That's card number 1. A little bit of fun. I'm just going to grab some wet wipes. Clean my hands off. Yeah, I think we're all glad to see the back of 2020, aren't we? There we go. A little bit of fun for you there. So I know quite a few of you have got the zebras. That's something you might want to have a bit of fun with. Okay, just going to clean off my surface here. There we go. Right, so that's card number 1. Let's pop that over here. Right, for our second card, I'm going to use some more of that ombre paper, and this one is this is the Blackberry Bliss. So you can see that the paper has got circle ombre pattern, and then it's got solid ombre pattern. So this is Blackberry Bliss on this side and Granny Apple Green on this. So we've got Blackberry Bliss. So we've got Blackberry Bliss card base. See, that's where I saw the idea, Sue. I saw it with the donkeys. I've got my donkeys, but I thought more of you would have the zebras, so that's why I decided to use our zebra. Okay, so we've got our card here, and then we're going to use, this is a new stamp set, so this is Pretty Perennials, and I'm going to use the Happy from here. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stars from here, which are here somewhere, here they are, and I'm going to stamp those in versa marking, which I didn't get out. Here we go. So I just want to create a little bit of a background on here, and I'm using the Versamark because it's just really, really subtle. There we go. So I don't know if you can see that, but there you go. As it dries, it becomes more obvious, but I just wanted a little bit of texture in the back. Nothing too much, because I'm going to add some more stuff to it. So, but we've cut out my pieces here, again, using that same dies. So we've got new, and then year, Y-E-A-R. Okay, but before we stick those down, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, the Happy. I'm going to stamp that in Blackberry Bliss. Now, Blackberry Bliss is a colour I don't use all that often, so I just thought I'd give it a go for tonight. Now look at that. Sandy and Diane, you two know one another. How cool is that? Right. We just stamp our happy. There we go. And then for these letters, because there's quite a few, I'm going to use my trick of my silicone craft mat and sponge. So we'll just put some glue down. There we go. And then we'll just pop our letters on here. It does look a bit like Scrabble or crossword maybe. There we go. So I'm just going to do my new first. So again, you don't need a lot. The important thing is not to do that. Is to try not to let your bits move around too much so that they don't get glue on the front of the foil. All right, so I'm going to start with the W. And I'm not pressing them down fully because I know I've got to position my year. And then we've got, now let's do our year. So we've got Y. A. You can see how little I'm putting on these. Now, what I didn't think of at the time that I was cutting these out was that if I had cut them out onto my foam adhesive sheets, then these could have been popped up, which would also have been really cool. See, you learn something new all the time here, Sue. I'm glad. There we go. There you go, just double checking I've spelled it correctly. All right, and then I think we'll add a few rhinestones. Okay. The eternal struggle of where to place our rhinestones. And I think absolutely there has to be some wink of Stella spritzing on here. So let's get this. Let's see if I've. Oh, yes. I just spilled it on my work surface. All right, so. There we go. Alrighty, so let's just glue our layers together, and I just realized I'm missing a layer, so let's get this on. There we go. And can you see that the stars are becoming, the Versamark is becoming more clear? I don't do it very often, and I should do it more often if I want to just create a subtle background. Is just stamping in Versamark. The reason I didn't, I could have done, you know, stamped it in Rococo Rose or a light colour too, if I wanted to. Right, now let me just quickly cut an inside layer. Okay, because I want to stamp on this one now. Let's see if I've left the stamp set out. Yeah. So we've got the It's Time to Celebrate, which is from the Zany Zebras. Yeah, and those dies are just fantastic. Can't go wrong with a good alphabet die set. And these are a really nice size. Okay, so we're going to do our Time to celebrate in the center. And then I've got some Blushing Bride ink, and I'm just going to stamp these stars like so. And then glue that to the inside. There we go. So there we are. Okay, card number 2. Right, let's just make some space. It's getting a bit crowded, as it normally does at this time. And I'm halfway through and everything seems to be out. Okay, so next up is I'm going to use, this is a very simple, well, it's not really a simple card, but it's fairly straightforward, but it's using the gorgeous star dies. I love these, and I'm using some black glimmer paper, which again I also love. So I have die cut my 2021 from some black glimmer paper and 2 strips, and then I've got it's a grey granite card base, basic black layer and a whisper white layer. Okay, and then I'm going to use this stamp set. Again, this is a new one, so this is Oval Occasions. Did I say that right? So I'm going to use this one here. It says Welcome Little One, but I'm obviously not going to use the little one. I'm just going to use the Welcome. But let's assemble this one to begin with. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to get some scrap paper for this bit. Okay, so as I say, I've already die cut one of the stars and the fabulous swirl, and then obviously as part of this lots of other little stars get popped out as well, so there's always plenty to work with. Okay, so first of all we're just going to attach our glimmer paper to our white piece. Okay, so we're just going to attach that diagonally. Like so. So these are 1 centimeter wide, these strips. Okay, just make sure the gap between them is equal. There we are, and then we'll just trim the excess off. Oh, no. I felt that move as I was trimming it, so I want to just make sure that it was still even. Yes. I love this black glimmer paper. It's just so gorgeous. And when I first thought about doing New Year's cards, it was like, yeah, I have to use the black glimmer paper for that. Totally. So just trim that bit. And that bit. There we go. Okay. Elegant, that's right, Sue. Right, so now we're going to take our 2021. I've brought back in my silicone craft mat. Still got some glue on there from last time. So we're just going to lay those down. Sticky fingers tonight. There we go, so that's our 2. And again, if I was making this card again, I would actually die cut these and attach them to our right, just concentrating, I would attach them to our adhesive foam sheets. So I'm not pressing these down because I want to position them properly, but there we go, because I do want them to be straight. So let's just wiggle these a little till we're happy with the position. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to put some snail across the center here, just to hold our, move that out of the way. So that's going to hold our swirl. Okay, and then for my star, I'm going to pop that up. Yes, Sue, we could do New Year. I had thought about thank you, but I'm open to votes. If we are doing New Year, then I've got mine done already. Well, most of them anyway. Right, now I need a little scrap of white. Yeah, this should do the trick. Okay, so I've got my, where is it? Here's the stamp. So I've got my welcome little one stamp, and then I'm going to grab a post-it. I'm just going to mask this off. So this is an easy one because you've got a nice straight edge there, so it's very, very easy to mask off the little one. Just press that down. There we are. And then just grab my black stays on. And just ink that up. And a very, very important step, remove the post-it. Okay, let's see if I can get it onto this little scrap. And if I can get it straight. If not, I've got another idea. That's not quite what I wanted, so I'm going to do something else. Get a slightly larger scrap. Yeah. So let's do that inking again. So you can reuse your post-it. You don't need a new one. There we go. Ink it up. Remove the post-it. And I'm just going to stamp that like so. Okay, and I'll just die cut that. So I have my all dressed up dies. So I'm going to use this one. Okay, and then I've got a little tip for you because obviously this is much, much longer than I need it to be. So what I'm going to do is, again, using a post-it, so I'm going to line this up. Okay. Against one end like so. Can you see that? Okay. I'm just going to use my post-it. Make sure I get this straight. There we are. I'm just going to quickly run this through my die cutting machine. 1 second. Okay, so I now have my die, but it's longer than I want. So what I'm going to do is reposition it, okay, like so. So just making sure that it sits back in where it is. Can you see that at the back? So once I'm happy that it's lined up correctly, okay, I'm just going to attach it to with my post-it again and run it through my Big Shot one more time. Be careful not to move it. There we go. So now what should happen is now I have a stitched panel or a stitched label that's exactly the same size that I want. So you can do that with any of your dippers like that, as long as they're symmetrical in that way. Okay, so let's continue to assemble. So this is going on to our star. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to use my glue dots. We've got, now I don't know where they've gone, but I will track them down. So I've got the cutouts from here. So I'm just going to add these. That one down there. And then the others are here somewhere. Here we are. There we go. And one more. There we have it. Okay, so then that's just going to get glued onto our basic black card base. There we go. And then I'm going to glue that onto my grey granite base, which incidentally is cut in half the long way. So you got a tent fold card. And I don't like that welcome at an angle, so I'm going to straighten it up. There we go. There we are. Card number 3. Okay, so let's put that there. Clear some space. So our last card is a bit of a fancy fold. So it's a bit more involved, but still relatively straightforward. So I hope you enjoy it. So let me just, as I say, make a bit of room for myself here. Okay, so, and just grab my bits. And this is using Blackberry Bliss again. Okay, so let's just put that one away. So what we've got is, I have a Blackberry Bliss card base, regular size, and then I have a 10 by 14 piece of white. I've die cut 2 circles from Blackberry Bliss, and then I've got our Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. So it's 10 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've folded this in half already, and then I'm just going to fold it back again to create a Z fold. Very simple. You've seen me do this many, many times before. Okay. There we go. And then I've got my 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. Now what I've done is one of the pieces, they're both 5 centimeters, and then I've just taken a fraction off of this one, because obviously this piece is 10.5 divided by its 5.25 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to glue this piece on. Near the end of my glue, so to keep encouraging it out. Alright, so we'll just line that up. Okay, and then we're just going to put my white piece inside. Okay. I'm just going to make sure that the top and bottom line up with the top and bottom of this piece, and that the side here gives me the same sort of margin. Okay, can you see that? And then I'm going to take this piece and glue it to the white piece. Now I'm not going to leave a border with the white cardstock here. Okay. There we go. And the reason I've done that is so that I didn't have to try and measure what that bit was and what that bit was. It means I've just, it works when I open the card, but when we close it up, it looks like that. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to have a swing. Basically, this is a swing fold card, so I want a circle here. Okay. But let me just, the blue hasn't quite, it's not even in here, so let me just spread this out. Okay. Woo! Sorry about that. It's knocked my phone. Right, so I'll grab my Big Shot plate so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, Diane, I'm back again now, am I? There we go. Right, so what we're going to do is I am going to die cut a circle here. Okay, so we want the circle, the middle of the circle where this score line is. Okay, now you could measure it, but I'm just going by eye like I normally do, so hopefully it'll work. And then I'm just going to grab my post-it. Okay, to just position that. Okay, now I only want this side of the circle to be cut. Okay, so when I put, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to put it through my die cutting machine. So I've got my base as I normally have. Okay, and then I'm going to take my plate and I'm going to place it so that it is along that score line. Can you see that there? Okay, and then I'm going to run it through my Big Shot like so. Okay, so just, it's very important that you line it up along the score line. Okay, it's hard to see because it's a piece of dark cardstock, but you will see the result in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to run it through my Big Shot that way. So if my Big Shot was here, I'd be running it through that way. Okay, so just bear with me. Just making sure it stays lined up. Right, so what should have happened, there we go, as you can see, that it has cut, but it's only cut halfway. The reason being is that it means when I do this, okay, you can see we've got our circle, and then when I open it, we've got the other side. Can you see that? Okay, but what I'm going to do is, I've got, this is what my two Blackberry Bliss circles are for. I'm just going to put those over the two circles here. Okay, and that's why I put my paper on first, so that I didn't have to worry about measuring the curve here. Just cut it straight out for me. And then I'm just going to flip this over. And do the same. Okay. Ta-da! Okay. So now I'm going to bring back in my silicone craft mat. So it's actually, once you get it in your head, it's actually pretty straightforward, and you can do it again. You can do it with any symmetrical shape die. All right, so we've got 20, 20, and 20, 21. So let's do 20, 20 first. Okay, so this is the front of our card. All right. So let's do our... I'm getting so sticky because I'm being messy, but that's all right. So 20, 20. See if I've positioned this correctly. Right, so we need to move these over a little. So it's very important when placing your embellishments on these, with these cards, oh dear, that you don't go outside the shape, because otherwise the swing won't work. Let's get rid of that. Having a bit of a mare with this, but we will figure it out. There's my poker tool. There we are. Promise I will do 2021 much better. And this is the joy of liquid glue, because you can actually do this. There we go. Okay, and then once that's settled, I can take my adhesive rubber and just neaten up around it. Okay, now 2021, because I am so sticky, I'm going to do a little bit differently. So first of all, I'm going to clean off my fingers. There we go. Okay. I'm still stickier than I want to be, so bear with me a second. Ooh. Okay, let's see if this works a little bit better. You know how it is, ladies. Once you get glue on you, that's it. The other thing I'm going to do is take my block and just hold that down, so I'm not trying to hold my card in place whilst doing this. So let's see if I can get my post-it trick to work on these. Just using my tool to help me do it without sticking too much to it. There we go. Alright, so now I'm happy with that. I've got my post-it. I'm going to lay it down like so, pick it up, right, and then I can add my adhesive. Where's my scrap paper? Just going to dot the adhesive on here. Get it flowing first. See, I've faffed for so long, I've gotten my adhesive gotten caught. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm putting down a little dot and then just spreading it over the rest of the number. Okay, which tip is that with the post-its? Okay, I can pull it back, and again, because it's liquid, I can just there we go. Whoop. There we are. Okay, and then will this one fit? Yes, so this is the other half of this is the hip hip hooray we used earlier. Post-its rock. Always have post-its on hand. Okay, so we'll put hip hip hooray here. There we go, and like we did before, we're going to do some stars in Blushing Bride. There we go. And then finally, we have some stars left over from our earlier die cutting. Let me just find them. That's that one. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. I've lost one of the teeny tiny ones, so just 1 sec. Just going to quickly cut another one. I just want to show you something. This is how stingy I am with my foil, is that when I cut stuff from my foil pieces, I do keep them next to my die cut machine so that when I need a small piece, I can usually find it, a little spot in there rather than cutting a fresh piece. So do keep your offcuts like that. It does help when you've got small bits to find. That's our teeny tiny one, so let's grab our glue dots. Here. Now this one, the glue dot is bigger than the star, so I'm just going to pop it off, and then can you see I'm just folding the glue dot in underneath so it doesn't stick out. Necessity is the mother of invention a lot of the time, Anne. Alright, a lot of this stuff comes from mistakes. But yes, I have to say, it was a bit of a challenge doing New Year's cards, which I don't normally bother with, without any kind of New Year's sentiments at all. So thank goodness for my dies is all I can say. There we go. But again, like that, you can usually utilize other bits of other stamp sets and what have you. Let's just move him over a little. There we go. All right, and then I think, what have we got? Where am I? Yeah, I think a couple of rhinestones, just for that added sparkle. And let's just put a couple on the inside as well, why not? And of course, some Wink of Stella. I'm not going to spritz it, I'm just going to add it to some of these little stars. Being careful not to catch the Blackberry Bliss ink or it will blend, and I don't want it to do that. So there we have it. 2020, 2021. There we have it. All right, so let me just make some space and bring it's that time again. It's time for you to vote. So let me know which is your favorite. Card number 1. Card number, I think this was card number 2, wasn't it? Card number 3. Or card number 4. So there we go. Let me know what you think. So just to remind you all, as I say, let me know if you would be interested in doing a Zoom mystery stamping sometime next week. If so, I'll try and schedule something in. Keep an eye out for the date of my catalogue launch party. I'm going to try and do that early in January before I have to pack everything up and move. And most importantly, have a lovely time this Christmas. I know that it will be very, very different to what we're used to, but you know, just be thankful for what we can and what we can do. And I hope that you all have a lovely Christmas, and I will speak to you at some point. Like I said to you, I will try and pop on whenever I can over the next coming weeks, time and space permitting. So Joe wants me to zoom out a little. Let me see if I can do that. How's that for you? Okay, there you go. So let's see what we got. Let's have a look at the, have we got a, we got a bit, oh my goodness. Yeah, we've got quite a wide range. So something for everybody in here. Merry Christmas to you all, and I will speak to you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye.